Get ready because the news cycle is absolutely on fire today, and we've got the inside scoop on everything you need to know. From groundbreaking advancements to the latest buzz, we're diving deep into the stories that are shaping our world. Don't blink, or you might miss it. We're bringing you the freshest updates, the most talked about developments, and the insights you won't find anywhere else. This is your essential download, your daily dose of what's happening right now. Stick around, because you won't want to miss a single second of this action-packed update. First up, we're strapping in for a deep dive into the highly anticipated Outer Worlds 2. We've got exclusive hands-on details that reveal just how much this sequel is doubling down on the RPG elements that fans adore. Get ready for a bigger, bolder, and more expansive experience that promises to elevate the gameplay to an entirely new level. Then, we're exploring the sheer joy of embracing chaos in the Outer Worlds 2, where the freedom to play as a big dumb idiot is not just possible, but celebrated. Discover how this unique approach to character building and role-playing adds a hilarious and engaging dimension to the already rich narrative and gameplay mechanics. And finally, we're getting straight to the heart of the matter with Obsidian's ambitious vision for the Outer Worlds 2, as they draw direct comparisons to the legendary Fallout. New Vegas, promising an RPG experience that's exponentially larger and deeper. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future updates. A glimpse into galactic RPG excellence. The Outer Worlds 2 promises deeper gameplay. In the sprawling universe of gaming, anticipation for sequels often reaches a fever pitch, and the Outer Worlds 2 is no exception. Recently, players were granted an exclusive opportunity to experience the opening hour of this highly anticipated title, offering a tantalizing preview of its enhanced RPG mechanics and significantly upgraded visual fidelity. While the full scope of the game remains to be explored, this initial play session has left many, including ourselves, intrigued and eager for more, suggesting that Obsidian Entertainment is indeed delivering on the promise of a bigger and better experience. Our hands-on preview was conducted on the Xbox Series X, and while impressions of PlayStation 5 performance and DualSense integration are still pending, the current build already showcases a substantial leap from its predecessor. The game proudly sports more impressive graphics, with environments that transport players to vibrant, high sci-fi settings, complete with distant celestial bodies and asteroid-strewn horizons. The art direction is striking, creating an immersive atmosphere that draws players into its meticulously crafted world. Complementing these visuals are the vastly improved character models. The level of detail in facial features is remarkable, and while facial animations are still evolving, they represent a significant improvement over previous Obsidian titles, including the original The Outer Worlds and even recent releases like Starfield. This commitment to visual polish is a testament to Obsidian's dedication to refining their craft. However, the most striking enhancement lies in the gameplay itself. The original The Outer Worlds, while beloved, was often noted for its somewhat simplistic and slower-paced combat. The sequel, however, delivers a dramatically improved feel. Gun controls are tighter and more responsive, and traversal feels snappier and more fluid. Whether engaged in ranged combat, sliding into cover, or delivering a swift melee strike, the actions feel impactful and satisfying, contributing to a more AAA-caliber experience. Although the demo primarily featured standard firearms and a knife, the anticipation for the game's more unconventional sci-fi weaponry is high, with early impressions suggesting a satisfying heft and engaging combat mechanics. Crucially, The Outer Worlds 2 does not shy away from its RPG roots. The character creation process is deep, offering a wide array of starting skills and personal backgrounds that promise to significantly influence gameplay. From technical proficiencies like mechanical mastery to social skills like the gift of the gab, players are encouraged to tailor their character to their preferred playstyle. Even in this limited preview, the impact of these choices was evident. Locked doors, dialogue options unavailable due to skill limitations, and even entire combat encounters bypassed through clever use of character abilities highlighted the game's commitment to player agency. A prime example involved circumventing a group of mech security through a dialogue-based manipulation of a guard. showcasing how a character's build can open up entirely new pathways through the game's challenges. The recurring "this will be remembered" notification, appearing with many dialogue choices, strongly suggests that player decisions will have lasting consequences within the game's narrative. While the full extent of this system remains to be seen, its early implementation is a reassuring sign for fans who value impactful storytelling. Performance on the Xbox Series X was robust, with both a 30 FPS quality mode and a 60 FPS performance mode available. Opting for performance mode, the gameplay remained smooth and visually stunning, reinforcing the game's potential as a graphical showcase. In essence, while this initial hands-on session provided only a taste of The Outer Worlds 2, it successfully confirmed the core expectations: a bigger budget sequel that builds upon the strengths of the original. With vastly improved gameplay, gorgeous visuals, and a clear focus on deep RPG mechanics, The Outer Worlds 2 is shaping up to be another potential classic from Obsidian Entertainment. Fans are actively discussing whether this enhanced scope and improved gameplay will translate into another hit for the studio, with many eager to pre-order for its October 29th release. But what if your character's biggest strength is their complete lack of self-awareness? Next, we explore how The Outer Worlds 2 lets you truly embrace the role of a lovable buffoon. Embrace your inner fool. The Outer Worlds 2 celebrates chaotic role-playing. In the ever-evolving landscape of role-playing games, the freedom to embody a character that deviates wildly from the norm is a cherished aspect, and The Outer Worlds 2 appears to be championing this very philosophy. The game not only offers improved combat and stunning visuals, but more importantly for some, provides the unparalleled joy of role-playing as a hilariously inept individual who somehow navigates complex situations with sheer, unadulterated luck. This commitment to player expression, particularly the ability to role-play as a hapless bozo, is a standout feature that promises a unique and entertaining experience. Set in an alternate future where historical events took a different turn, leading to a universe dominated by megacorporations, The Outer Worlds 2 continues the satirical commentary on capitalism and societal structures established in the first game. The narrative kicks off with a piece of in-universe propaganda from the Earth Directorate, setting a melodramatic tone before seamlessly transitioning into character creation. Here, players craft their captain, tasked with infiltrating the oppressive protectorate in the Arcadia colony to investigate temporal anomalies. This initial setup immediately highlights the game's emphasis on player choice, offering a robust system of personal backgrounds, traits, and skills that profoundly impact the opening mission. For instance, investing in skills like lockpicking allows for stealthy navigation through air ducts, while a professor background might unlock scientific insights within labs. Alternatively, strong speech skills can open up diplomatic solutions to bypass combat. The opening mission itself is designed as a versatile puzzle, solvable through numerous approaches, underscoring the game's dedication to emergent gameplay. However, it's the character backgrounds that truly allow for unique role-playing. The roustabout background, which grants hero status for an unremembered act of bravery, particularly appeals to those who enjoy low-intelligence playthroughs, especially when paired with high speech skills for maximum comedic effect. The gameplay experience, as described, allows for delightfully absurd interactions. Imagine a character admitting their complete ignorance to a mission liaison, only to then bluff their way through security checkpoints using a stolen ID and a fabricated story. The game systems reportedly react with amusement and disbelief, with guards being dumbfounded by blatant honesty and even offering assistance based on perceived sincerity. This level of reactive dialogue and NPC behavior, particularly towards a character who is openly admitting their incompetence, adds a rich layer of emergent comedy. The ability to make game characters exasperated by your character's bumbling antics is, for many, the most compelling aspect of The Outer Worlds 2, aligning perfectly with a playstyle that prioritizes personality and improvisation over meticulous planning. Technically, The Outer Worlds 2 represents a significant advancement over its predecessor. The combat feels more fluid and intuitive, with streamlined weapon switching mechanics. Facial animations have seen a dramatic improvement, contributing to more believable character interactions. Visually, the game adopts a clean, almost sterile aesthetic for its environments, reflecting the obsessive corporate culture that permeates its universe. This visual polish, combined with the enhanced gameplay and the deep role-playing potential, solidifies The Outer Worlds 2 as a title that truly shines in its ability to let players inhabit a character, whether they are a cunning strategist or a charmingly clueless wanderer. The prospect of a better-looking, better-playing Outer Worlds is certainly appealing, but it's Obsidian's consistent focus on rich character development and the freedom to explore unconventional playstyles that truly sets this sequel apart, promising an adventure as unique as the player who embarks upon it. Players are buzzing about the freedom to create characters that are not only effective, but also comically inept, with many looking forward to seeing how their dumb as a brick captains navigate the game's challenges. But how does this expanded freedom and depth stack up against the studio's most beloved RPGs? We delve into the direct comparisons being made with a legendary title that shaped the genre. Obsidian elevates The Outer Worlds 2 with New Vegas depth, a bold step forward. In the competitive landscape of RPG development, studios often strive to innovate while staying true to their core identity. Obsidian Entertainment, known for its rich narrative experiences and deep role-playing mechanics, is making a bold statement with The Outer Worlds 2, explicitly drawing parallels to the celebrated Fallout. New Vegas. This strategic positioning signals a significant expansion in scope and complexity, moving beyond the more contained experience of the first game to deliver a much larger and more intricate RPG that fans have long associated with the studio's pedigree. This ambition marks a notable shift from their initial careful messaging around the first game, where they emphasized it was not simply New Vegas in space. Speaking at Gamescom 2025, game director Brandon Adler and creative director Leonard Boyarsky elaborated on the studio's vision for The Outer Worlds 2. Adler highlighted that the comparison to New Vegas is a natural one, stemming from a shared commitment to core RPG principles. These include fostering deeper role-playing, integrating omnipresent factions that significantly impact the world, crafting open-ended narratives, and encouraging extensive world exploration. This alignment with New Vegas's strengths is not coincidental, as many at Obsidian have prior experience with the beloved title, and its design philosophy continues to inform their development process. Adler stated, "New Vegas, to me, was a natural comparison. It had a lot of the elements that we knew we wanted to push forward in terms of, just in general, the deeper RPG, the more omnipresent factions, and how they fit into the world, the type of open story that we wanted to tell, and even the exploration of the world itself." This indicates a conscious effort to recapture the magic that made New Vegas a fan favorite. Boyarsky reflected on the studio's journey with the Outer Worlds franchise, recalling the initial need to manage expectations for the first game. When we were trying to publicize the first game, obviously no one knew what the Outer Worlds was. We're like, okay, me and Tim Kaine made Fallout and Obsidian made Fallout. New Vegas. So then almost every interview we did, we were like, okay, this isn't New Vegas in space. This is much smaller, so we're trying to set expectations. He further explained that while the first game was a success, a larger scope would have been pursued if resources had allowed. But as Brandon was saying, that's referring to how we always make games, or at least how I've always made games, and it was a conscious decision to be smaller in the first one. So it's more like a touchstone. And going, okay, we're taking some of our lessons, because they did some stuff really great. This approach allows Obsidian to leverage their established design principles while incorporating lessons learned, creating a sequel that is both familiar and significantly more ambitious. Exploration is cited as a key area of enhancement, with Boyarsky noting that certain gameplay elements inherently require greater spatial design. The Outer Worlds 2 aims to provide players with more expansive environments to explore and discover. To balance this increased scale with the appeal of the original's tighter experience, Obsidian has adopted a clever design strategy, a vast RPG with a deliberately compact critical path. Adler explained this approach. So we made a game where the core of the game, the critical path, is maybe 10 or 15% of the total content that's actually there. So if people want, they can actually have that really quick core experience, and it'll feel really good, and it'll be great. But there's a lot of extra game there for people that want more, and they can actually really explore and get the most out of that. This allows players to tailor their experience, opting for a focused playthrough or a deep dive into the expanded content. Adler emphasizes, our job is to get you to want to play the entirety of the game, right, not force it. With the advantage of the first game's success and increased funding from Microsoft, Obsidian feels confident that The Outer Worlds 2 is achieving its goal of delivering a truly crunchy RPG experience. The studio's decision to significantly expand the scope and depth of The Outer Worlds 2, drawing inspiration from the foundational success of Fallout New Vegas, signals a clear intent to deliver a more comprehensive and engaging RPG experience, solidifying its position as a developer that consistently pushes the boundaries of the genre. Fans are closely monitoring these comparisons, eager to see if The Outer Worlds 2 can truly capture the magic of New Vegas while forging its own unique identity within the franchise. But how much content are we actually talking about when they say bigger and deeper? We break down the impressive scale of The Outer Worlds 2 based on our hands-on preview. Gamescom buzz, The Outer Worlds 2 stakes its claim as a must-play title. In the electrifying atmosphere of Gamescom, where the latest innovations in gaming are showcased to a global audience, The Outer Worlds 2 has emerged as a significant contender for one of the most anticipated titles. Following a brief, yet impactful, hands-on demonstration, the game has garnered substantial attention, positioning itself as a title that demands a closer look from players and critics alike. This initial preview, lasting a mere 30 minutes, was enough to capture the imagination and solidify its place on many enthusiasts' lists of must-play games. The brief encounter with The Outer Worlds 2 at Gamescom provided a concentrated dose of what the game aims to deliver. Attendees were treated to a glimpse of the enhanced gameplay mechanics and the refined visual presentation that Obsidian Entertainment has been meticulously crafting. The positive reception from such a short preview underscores the game's potential to build upon the foundation of its predecessor and deliver an experience that resonates deeply with the RPG community. The buzz generated at the event suggests that the studio is on the right track to creating a sequel that not only meets, but exceeds the high expectations set by fans. This early impression is crucial in the competitive gaming landscape, where first impressions can significantly influence a game's trajectory. The fact that a 30-minute session was sufficient to generate such strong anticipation speaks volumes about the game's immediate impact. It hints at a well-polished core experience that is immediately engaging and showcases the key elements that make the Outer Worlds franchise unique, such as its distinctive blend of narrative, character interaction, and player choice. The developer's ability to convey the essence of the game so effectively in such a short timeframe is a testament to their design prowess. As players and industry observers continue to process their experiences and observations from Gamescom, The Outer Worlds 2 is increasingly being discussed as a title that encapsulates the excitement and innovation characteristic of major gaming events. Its inclusion on anticipation lists is a clear indicator of its growing prominence and the positive sentiment surrounding its development. The game's ability to make such a strong impression in a limited preview suggests a robust and compelling gameplay loop that promises hours of engaging content. The strong positive reaction following the Gamescom preview highlights the game's potential to be a major player in the upcoming release cycle, with many eager to experience the full breadth of what The Outer Worlds 2 has to offer. But is this excitement justified by the depth of the RPG systems and the scale of the world? We dive deeper into the game's mechanics and content in our next segment. And that's a wrap on today's explosive news rundown. We've covered the enhanced RPG gameplay of The Outer Worlds 2, the wild freedom to play as a goofball, and Obsidian's ambitious New Vegas comparisons. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more epic updates, ring that notification bell so you never miss a beat, and drop a comment below telling us your thoughts. Follow us on all social platforms for even more behind-the-scenes content.